Welcome back. We have one of our favorites, the diva of DIY, Madeline Boudreau, joining us virtually. Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
All right, so you have a fun king cake recipe. I'm excited for this. Go ahead and tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so we're actually going to do a savory king cake, which means it's really not a king cake. It's just going to be something wrapped in bread. And who doesn't love bread, right?
Right. I love it.
We're going to do a Boudin king cake.
I am excited. So what do you need? What should people get at home?
Okay, first we need 2 packages of crescent roll dough. Now this is the one without the perforations. Although if you have the one with perforations, you can use that too. Then you have to press the seams together. You need 2 links of Boudin. You need pepper jack cheese.
Ooh.
You need green onions, parsley, bacon, a little bit of egg wash, and then we're going to add some really cool pepper jelly on top too. So that's what we need to get started. So I've already prepared 1/2 of the section.
Okay.
And we're going to do the other half and then piece it together, and then we're going to let it bake while you go back to the news about all the freezing weather. Okay, so what I've done is I've pressed out one of the rolls of dough, and I actually had to trim it a little bit because it was a little too long for the link of Boudin.
Okay.
And with that, I removed the casing from the Boudin because we don't want that little slimy part hard to cut inside the bread dough. And then I'll have pepper jack cheese already sliced in little slices that we're going to stuff that Boudin with. It's slit down the middle, and we're just loading up the Boudin with the pepper jack cheese. So you're going to get a little zest of cheese in the middle of that. Oops,
it looks good already.
So we take that, and we're going to take that dough and wrap it around the Boudin and the cheese combination.
Okay.
And then we're going to seal that edge on the side to kind of give it where it doesn't like burst wide open while it's baking. Then I'm going to slide my little cutesy decorations out the way so I can bring in another tray. Let's see. Here we go.
It's one of those times where I wish you were here making this so we could eat it together.
I know, especially today. So I've done half of it and made a semicircle.
Okay.
And we're going to connect this piece to that one. Take it off of this tray and add it here. And let me show you how that goes. Okay, so I have them together.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take them and add them, like, kind of fold over the dough a little bit and connect the ring so that it looks like one continuous ring.
It looks great from my end.
So that's what it looks like there. Then we're going to take the egg wash, which is an egg beaten up well with a little bit of water. And we're going to take that egg wash and brush it on top. That's going to give it a nice golden kind of glistening sheen on the top when we bake it. So as this bakes, we just got to get the bread cooked all around it.
Okay.
And then it will be ready for our toppings. So this is what's going to be popped into the oven at 350. It says for 40 minutes, but I have a feeling my oven's going to cook it a little bit quicker.
Okay.
So we're going to check back in at the end of the show, right?
Yes.
And see what it comes out like.
We're going to check back in. So you guys have to stay tuned until the very end of our show to see this masterpiece. Madeline, thank you so much. We'll check back in shortly.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Adam Olivier. Welcome back. Let's check in with friend of the show, the diva of DIY, Madeline Boudreau. Madeline, how's that king cake looking?
Oh gosh, it's smelling so good in here, and I just took it out the oven, and I have my giant handy dandy spatula that I'm going to transfer it to a decorative pedestal. Came out like magic. You know, these kind of things you never know.
Yeah.
But this one is perfect. So let's talk about what's going to go on top of it. All right?
Yes.
So I'm kind of like a pepper jelly snob. So a lot of people can make homemade pepper jelly. That's not my gig. I don't know how to do that. So I buy it. But my favorite is Cajun Jack's. It's a guy out of Mirror who makes this really awesome. But he flavors his pepper jelly.
Okay.
So there's different, like this one's mango. It can go on fish.
Ooh.
This one happens to be fig. That's the one I'm going to use today. There's cranberry. He makes all the flavors.
Sounds good.
So what I did was I heated it up in a little ramekin, and I have a little baster, and we're going to douse this baby in that delicious fig pepper jelly, and it's going to give it a nice, good glaze. And then we're going to pop on some crumbled bacon and some fresh cut parsley and green onions from my garden that I salvaged before the freeze.
Oh my goodness.
So the pepper jelly gives it a little spice and a little sweetness.
Yeah, I feel like it makes, you can't go wrong with pepper jelly and bacon. And
No,
you really can't.
Okay. So next we'll do the fresh cut parsley and green onions on top. So that gives it a little bit of color. You can put as much of that as you want. I just chopped a little bit ahead of time.
It looks great from here. Like, it looks so good. You're making me hungry.
Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, and now the bacon. Now, some people like to use steamed syrup in the place of pepper jelly. I've done it that way too. It's delicious, but I just prefer the pepper jelly because it gives it that little spice, and that little kick, and that little sweetness. So we are all done.
Oh my gosh!
I'm going to try to tilt this without it falling. But check that.
That looks beautiful. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
I mean,
basically just going to cut that up like a normal king cake slice. And I'm going to plate it on a little plate and make you jealous.
You already have made me jealous. I'm sure it smells delicious in there. I need a piece shipped. But we were talking during the break, really quickly before we go, this can be used at parties, different variations. It's such an easy recipe to kind of make your own.
Right. Doesn't have to be Mardi Gras. Anytime.
You were talking even crawfish.
Yes.
It is crawfish season.
Stuffing inside. Yes, anything.
Oh my goodness. Well, Madeline, you are a genius in the kitchen. Truly, I wish you were in the studio so we could eat it together.
I bet you do.
Thank you so much for coming on and making our Fat Tuesday memorable.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.